Hey people!
Yeah.
So, as you can notice, for the first time ever, I'm speaking in English. Why? Well, because I'm starting a new segment on my channel called Tall Croatian Interviews. And here, in the first episode, or however I will call it, I have my really good friend here, Mo. Yeah.
Hi people.
Hi,
Thank you for having me, Mislav.
Yeah, no worries. I'm really grateful for having you here. So yeah, first maybe a really short introduction about Mo. Mo is actually from Bahrain, and basically, how should I introduce you? What are you? I would say you are. I would say Mo is a party lover. Are you? I would say that.
Yes, very much.
He's a people person.
Yes, very much.
I would say that as well, and also I would say that he's a professional iced tea connoisseur. Is that a really good introduction for you? It is.
Yeah, actually, described me very well.
Yeah, that's great.
And you're missing avocado shake also, and now I found a new love in Nutella.
Nutella?
Nutella.
I didn't know that. I'll need
Yeah,
to buy Nutella.
it's been there for the past 3 weeks. Yeah.
That's
so,
great.
Actually, no, a month.
A lot.
So Nutella as well.
But yeah,
I'm gonna die of diabetes for sure.
You'll have what?
Diabetes for sure. I'll die of diabetes for sure.
And from all that sugar from iced tea.
Iced tea and avocado. No, avocado is healthy.
Yeah, because the moment he came here, he was literally obsessed with iced tea. Like that's the first thing that crossed my mind when I heard of Mo, iced tea. So I met Mo at university,
yeah,
and that's how basically we became really good friends. And at the very end of our program, we had like a yearbook, and that yearbook we like had I don't know some short quotes or some I don't know thoughts that we wanted to share with everyone else in the yearbook. And literally what he wrote is that what like you love iced tea, something like that. What was it?
It was like that, but then I thought everyone's gonna write in really serious quotes.
Yeah.
So I changed that. I changed my iced tea quote to something more philosophical in life and more serious. But I think my original quote was live life and drink iced tea, something like that. Can't remember. But it was something ice tea related for sure.
I was really convinced that you had something with regards to iced tea.
It was my first.
Yeah.
The first thing that I actually sent in was regarding iced tea. But then later on, I changed it. But the thing is, yeah, it went too serious. When I saw the quotes by the rest of exactly, and I'm like, okay, these are not serious quotes. They're pretty funny.
Yeah.
I should have stuck with the iced tea quote.
But yeah, what I wrote and what's really funny. So in the yearbook, Mo is literally above me, so above my picture, and it's his quote, and mine is literally below. And what I wrote, like my whole message,
you're above me.
I'm above. Okay,
yeah.
But still, like my whole message is literally Mo, I love you so much.
I was so touched. I'm like.
Yeah.
So for 2 weeks, he's like, Mo, I've got something special for you. Just wait for it. And he kept. I had this anticipation. He built this thing up for me, and I'm like wondering in the back of my mind, what exactly is he planning? What is he gonna do? And I really did not expect that. I did not expect him to actually write a quote about me in the yearbook. So yeah, that was a really good gesture, man. Mislav, that was unexpected. And yeah, I love you too, man.
So yeah, as I have mentioned, Mo is from Bahrain. I actually never heard of that country. The first time he told me that he's from Bahrain. And yeah, the country is basically in the middle of nowhere. Sorry.
You are
it's
such
not,
a jerk,
I'm so
man.
horrible. But yeah, the country is located in the Arabic, what's the term?
It's the Arabian Peninsula.
Peninsula, yeah. Arabic Peninsula. It's a really small island country.
Yeah, but we are bigger than Singapore.
Bigger than Singapore, much more.
Yeah, by 10 to 13 kilometers. We are.
I thought much more. That's still really low. But yeah, he's from Bahrain, and the first time I actually told to my parents that I met a guy from Bahrain and that I never heard of that country, they were like, how can you not know? Like, we're really disappointed. Like, Bahrain is a really like well-known country with like GDP of I don't know $30 billion with I don't know economy thriving on oil and later like on tourism, and I was like, what the fuck? I just don't know. Don't judge me, but yeah, they were a bit disappointed. I told you this story.
Yeah,
So,
and when he told me that, in the back of my mind, I'm wondering, my God, Prislav's parents are pretty well read. They know about, like, knowing about the GDP and the tourism sector and the oil sector. Maybe the oil sector was pretty much obvious because it's an Arab country, but having a GDP of 30 billion or 33 billion, that surprised me. And I'm like, you forgot to say that they know about the Formula One as well.
Oh yeah, my father knew it. He's obsessed with Formula. Yeah.
And I was surprised. I'm like, okay, Mislav, this is the first time someone's told me, or someone knows about Bahrain so much from a European country, and I was surprised. And I'm like, wow. From that point of onwards, I had this deep sense of respect for his parents all of a sudden, even in spite of not meeting them. I'm like, respect.
Yeah, and they just put me to shame.
Yeah.
But
shame on you.
Yeah, what can you do? So I was wondering, like the first question should obviously be, what attracted you to come here to Australia, especially Sydney? Like, why did you decide to come here in the first place?
So I think it starts from my love of the Australian cricket team.
Really?
Yeah.
Cricket?
You didn't know about this?
No. No.
Okay,
what the
so
hell?
Yeah, I've been an Aussie cricket. I've been their fan, and so since then I've had this thing for Australia. It was just for the cricket, in terms of cricket, but then over the time it started to develop more and more, and then cutting short. So when I wanted to apply for the masters, I took into consideration various things, and one of the things was the weather, because my first choice was England, but then I realized that it's going to be too cold out there. The weather's going to be gloomy. It's going to be cloudy half the time. It's going to rain half the time. And I'm someone who thrives in the summer. So I thought Australia is not a bad option. The weather is good. I mean, you have plenty of adventurous stuff around here. And please, how can I forget Steve Irwin?
Yeah, I thought of him. But yeah, he's still a legend.
He's still a legend, exactly. So, those were the factors, and then plus even in terms of the education, Australia does provide quality education, and still
definitely
ranks high in terms of the education standards that you have there, have here. So yeah, that's it. That's the reason why I came here.
Nice. I actually thought, like when you mentioned the weather, during the winter, actually Mo was like shivering from the cold. Like he could not stand like being outside at like 10 degrees. He was dying. That just tells you how hot it is like in Bahrain. And yeah, I mean, at first I thought that you kind of don't like the weather because you want the weather to be like even like much more hotter. I
don't know if you checked my Snapchat for yesterday or not. Yesterday was 39 degrees and it was
yesterday I was dying, literally dying. I was maybe outside for like 15 minutes during the 39 degrees and I just wanted to die every single second that I was outside.
And I was outside taking a walk for 30 minutes.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I was like, sunlight.
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay. Interesting. I thought that at first like you were, it was maybe a bit too much for you. I mean 39, that's really a lot. I guess that the average like temperature in Bahrain.
38, 39 is fair enough. It's still hot.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean it's, so I was just kind of happy to have, to be in 39 degrees because it's been a long time since I've experienced something like this. Like normally I'm used to temperatures of 35 and above, and during winters in Bahrain it goes down to probably 17, 18 degrees with the minimum going down to 11, 12 maybe. So I was pretty happy with yesterday's weather. So I went outside and I'm like, wow, sunlight feels so good. I feel warm. I feel, all of a sudden I felt energetic in life and lively. So I was pretty happy about yesterday's weather.
So yeah, you're basically really enjoying it here. Like this was a really good decision for you to come here.
Yeah, I'm more than happy. I'm more than happy. I met so many good friends.
That's what I want to say.
Yeah, exactly. So many good friends. People from different backgrounds, different countries, different walks of life. It's been just an enriching experience so far.
Yeah.
And even at the place where I live, again, it's the same thing. It's such an international feeling you have is such an amazing thing. Like people from different countries all together, and then you're just talking about people. Like honestly, he's the first Croatian I've met in my life.
the same applies for you, is it?
Exactly.
Actually, I never heard, as I said at the beginning of the conversation.
I've heard of Croatia, but I've never met a Croatian before.
Yeah.
Like I've heard of the Balkan region and everything, but never met a Croatian.
Mm.
So now he's from Croatia, and he starts telling me about Croatia and the standard of living, and so there's so many things to share.
Yeah.
So in that ways, it's been a good experience.
Yeah.
In terms of the country, it's got a lot to offer. Australia has a lot to offer. So much of flora and fauna, so many adventurous things to do, so many new places to go. It's just I think it's the best decision I've made right now. Better than England.
Yeah, you really put it nicely. And I also agree. I really love, for me personally, I really love the aspect of like so much cultural diversity, while everyone like is still respectful towards each other. Like no one like disregards like your heritage, no one disregards like your culture. Like everyone is like really happy about learning, about your country of origin, of origin, or learning about your cuisine, like trying out different stuff.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
everyone is open to new experience. Like this is what I really love.
Yeah.
Australia.
Like so like 2 weeks back or 3 weeks back.
Yeah.
He took us to this Balkan restaurant, and I unfortunately could not try the cevap cici, but because it had pork also inside it, so I couldn't have pork, but it looked good though.
Yeah.
It looked good. I wouldn't deny that.
It was good, but the service was not great. The service was a replica of the service in Croatia.
Yeah,
so in Croatia
killed me.
I was explaining this to everyone. In Croatia it's normal to wait for your food to be served within like 40 minutes, 30 minutes best case scenario. And yeah, in that restaurant, Balkan restaurant, we were waiting for like 50 minutes or something like that. And that was
seemed like in lifetime.
It seemed like an eternity. Yeah, it was a huge pain in the ass, and everyone was dying. Everyone was like, I can't make it. This is too long. Like, what the hell? And then when food finally arrived, like as it arrives in Croatia in really big portions, and then like everyone was really satisfied. And then I was explaining to everyone that actually everyone there who was eating at the restaurant actually had a full experience of eating out in a Croatian restaurant. You wait, you suffer, you hate life, you hate everyone else surrounding you, and then you get the food, you enjoy, you're full, and then like everything is alright.
Yeah, and exactly.
But it's such a like messed up emotional roller coaster.
It's just torture, man. Waiting for food was. But in the end, the food was really good, and I enjoyed it, and I had a food coma. I think even after having food, we were there for like good 10-15 minutes deciding, like, and not even deciding, we were just there, lying down. I mean, we were just
just recovering from the whole thing.
Recovering, exactly. Yeah. But the food was good.
Yeah. So, what do you enjoy the most here? Like, is there any specific thing that you enjoy the most? At first, I said that you're really big party lover, but I'm guessing that's not the only thing that you really enjoy.
Yeah, partying is there. You've got a good nightlife out here. It's fun. The partying is fun, but then that's not the only thing that I enjoy. The most that I enjoy over here is the adventurous activities that Australia has to offer. Like for example, going to the Blue Mountains or going to the national park.
Check out the video from Blue Mountains here.
The link is right there. You could just
Get to do it.
And for more information, his channel, there'll be a bell icon out there. You just have to click in for the notifications. Yeah. Oh my god. I'm so shameless. But yeah, sorry, continue. Oh, yeah, right. So the walks are pretty good. You've got some scuba diving experiences out here, but I've tried it twice. I tried learning it, but then I failed miserably in there because of health issues. But then I'll definitely get the license, the scuba diving license. So you've got the scuba diving, you've got the bike rides at Manly and the city. Then you've got the Blue Mountains to go to, which is very exciting. A place too. It offers really good views. And the beaches. How can I forget the beaches? The beaches are so good over here. The waters are clean, and
I really love that the beaches here are sand beaches. Like this is something that I don't enjoy that much in Croatia because like I don't know, for me like walking. No, the beaches are rock beaches, and basically it really hurts my feet. Like I'm complaining. Okay, stop judging me. But but still, like I really enjoy it here. But what I would say like Croatians don't like about Australian beaches is that like there are not so many trees like covering you from the sun. Like all the beaches are completely exposed to the sun, and like that's what people like find to be a problem because they can't relax in the shadows. Like it's like too hot, like they get sunburned easily. We literally have like really I don't know big forests or trees like covering all the area from the beach, and basically like people there sit underneath those trees and just I don't know relax. I don't know maybe play some games or whatever. I don't know eat food or do stuff like that. Like I don't know just hang out whatever. While here like it's more like I don't know you can only I don't know tan yourself like lay down on the sun and just I don't know not even swim like. That's what people also don't kind of like. I would say. I mean, I like it so far. I really enjoy it. Like just standing there and I don't know, waiting for the wave to I don't know crush you back in the ocean.
Yeah.
But
it's funny. Like he's tall and no wave is good enough for him. No wave is good enough for him. He literally is like he's waiting with his open arms and nothing happens. It's like fuck you.
Every time I'm waiting for a wave to just I don't know crash me to I don't know go over my height because I'm almost 2 meters tall, and always the waves struck me like the highest up until like here or something like that. Like not even until my chin.
Not even your chin.
Yeah. So sad. And the area where it's like much deeper where the waves are really much higher, like I'm not allowed to go there because there are a lot of like those coast guards covering the area, so
secure safety.
Sad life for me.
Sad, miss love sad.
What are the biggest differences in life like between Sydney and Bahrain, like in your opinion, from your point of view?
So in terms of life as in quality of life, or you mean
maybe like cultural differences? Maybe you can also talk about price differences.
Yeah, so in terms of price differences, Australia is much more expensive than Bahrain.
Yeah.
The main reason being because Australia is a country where things are taxed. Like there's always I have to add that, I'm sorry, but it's a USP that Bahrain has. But Bahrain it does not have any taxes.
Zero
tax rates. And
amazing.
Just a few things here and there, but then nothing too major. Like it does not really affect your income, your disposable income. So in terms of that, yes, Sydney is much more expensive, but in terms of the rules and regulations, in terms of the rules and regulations also I find Sydney, I won't just say Sydney, but Australia in general as very strict in terms of their driving and in terms of crossing the roads and parking and everything. It's so strict, like, and it fines us
jaywalk, like
high
you get few $100, not few thousand, few $100 fine. Like that's horrible. Jaywalking is basically when you just walk through the street, across the street when you're not allowed, when you don't have like the
pedestrian,
the stripes.
Yeah, exactly. The zebra crossing.
Zebra crossing, yeah.
Yeah, but that's not that strict in Bahrain. I don't know, is it good or bad? But
I would say it's not strict in Croatia as well.
It's a bit lenient, like
There are I don't know some cases when people were fined, but I wouldn't say that people care that much about it.
Exactly. I mean, the fines are there, but then I don't think it's that high as compared to Australia. Australia is insane. I mean, in terms of taxing.
They're pretty strict.
Not taxing, sorry. In terms of fining, it's so they're insane.
And following the rules.
Yeah, and in terms of the cars and the roads and everything, it's pretty much the same. Not much of a difference. But what I like over here is the public transportation. Like the city is very well connected.
I was talking in my last video about the public transportation, and I was praising it. But I didn't talk about the city being really connected. But move on. Like you'll continue on really like.
Add my own points to it.
Yeah. Feel free to.
Yeah. So
I agree probably with most of them.
Yeah. So the city is very well connected. There's always, and the best part is that there are apps that tell you like, okay, at what point or what time is are the trains coming here, and it helps you to pre-plan everything in very well in advance. So that's one thing that Bahrain does not have. I don't even think Bahrain has the need to have all that. I mean, we have public transportation, but only in terms of the buses, not trains. But the country is too small, so it makes no sense to have trains. Yeah, it makes no sense to it. I mean, like, come on, 20-30 minutes and you actually cover the whole thing. So, the one thing that I really don't like over here is the speeding limit. It kills me when people are driving at a speed of 40 and 50 and I'm like, oh, just go fast, man, just go. Yeah. But then, as we said, like earlier, it's it's really strict over here. I mean, the speed limits and everything, and if the drivers are not adhering to those rules, and they get fined really bad and really high. So yeah, maybe that's one of the things that I would say.
So I was wondering, like, do you feel like welcomed here? Like, did you had any bad experiences here? Like, did you, I don't know, experience any inconveniences while being here, or everything was really nice?
So far, no. Actually, no, I don't recall anything so far. The people are good. They're very kind. They're very approachable. I don't want to say approachable. That's like as if I'm wanting to date them or something. But
they're just really friendly.
They're
just
very
open
friendly,
to
yeah,
having conversations,
exactly.
random conversations on the street.
Exactly, they're like
Yeah.
very friendly. You can easily talk to them about anything, and they'll be more than happy to, you know. But yeah, obviously, like, you can't be just bugging people like, hey, I want to talk to you. You can't be
Yeah.
doing that, obviously. But then, if done in the right manner, they are very friendly people. As a matter of fact, a good example I can give you is about yesterday when I had the haircut.
Yeah, you were
and
saying me that.
yeah,
This is a really good story.
yeah, and so there was this guy. I mean, I was getting my haircut, and this Australian guy, he was sitting there, and so after after the barber cut my hair, he was like, you know what? There's this issue with your hair over here because this side is a bit longer. He's not cut.
Sideburns.
Yeah, the sideburns. He's not cut that properly. This is a bit longer and this is a bit shorter. And for 2 minutes, I'm literally like going left and right, and the barber's reassuring me that no, it's proper. It's like it's done well. It's been cut well. And he's like, no, Mike, it's not done properly. Have a look again. And he's trying to convince the barber. And for 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, we are just like literally going left and right, and the barber's reassuring me. And then all of a sudden, this guy, he starts laughing out loud, and he's like, man, I was just kidding, man. It's all good. Don't worry. It's all good. You look good. You look handsome, man. You look good. And I'm like, handsome? I mean, obviously, he's going to add some stuff, but I'm like, you really got me there. I mean, for 2 minutes, he literally got me there, and we had a good laugh about it. And after that, I went to the supermarket, and the funny bit is that while coming back from the supermarket, we again crossed paths again, and I didn't realize him at once, but then from far off, he's like, hey buddy, what's up? And then he's again pointing me out with my sideburns, and he's like, nah, it's looking good, it's looking good. As I said, I didn't realize him first, but then once he's pointed out to my sideburns, I'm like, oh shit, it's that guy again. And
I could not believe when I was listening to that story for the first time. I was like, what the hell? And people don't get offended by it. I mean, you don't like, even if you would do something like that to someone else, like, they would also take it as a joke.
Exactly, they like to have fun, and it's fun, like they want to, like, even if you're being the best bit is that after getting the haircut and stuff, it wasn't necessary for him to call me out or point out to my sideburns. He could have just smiled and gone back. He would have walked on his way, but he did, and that was the best bit. That he was friendly enough to again wave at me, and he was like, trying to be funny.
Yeah.
And that was something that was very, and it's not just them. Like almost all the Australians that I've come across so far, they all are like that. They like to have fun. Yeah. Which is it's a good thing.
Yeah. And they really don't want to like come across as someone who wants to offend you or anything.
No,
that's why he approached you. That's why he waved to you, because he wanted to like make a connection with you, trying to say that, oh, hey mate, like this was just a joke. Like, don't take it personally.
Exactly.
It was just a nice time for 5 minutes. We were laughing, like.
Yeah, exactly. It was a good thing, and I enjoyed it, to be honest. That was a funny thing. I didn't expect that. So, in terms of people, they've been very easygoing. I mean, I've not had any issues so far.
Yeah, for me as well. I mean, I also remember one time, one friend of ours from university, he just randomly approached a guy when we were eating at one restaurant. The guy literally looked like Walter White from Breaking Bad, and he just said to him, oh, hey mate, like, you really look like Walter White, you probably get this a lot, I just wanted to say it, like, nice looks, something like that. And the guy was just laughing, and then they engaged in some random conversation, and he really, like, took it nicely. He wasn't offended, like, oh my god, I get this 100 times a day, like, I can't, like, last this any longer, why don't you think about it from my perspective, I get exhausted from it. He was just like, oh, ha, so nice, like, and then, I don't know, just random conversation about whatever. That was really nice.
It was exactly, I mean, they are very, very friendly. I mean, and I'm glad I made a decision to come to Australia. I mean,
you're just surrounded with positivity.
Exactly, positivity. Yeah.
Okay, now when we're actually talking about positivity, let's talk about something really nice. Food. Do you like the food here? What do you think about the food here? Is it as good, the Middle Eastern food, as in the Middle East? Like,
no.
They don't make good replicas?
No.
No?
No. So,
for me, personally, they really do, because I never tried the original Middle Eastern food. The first time I ever tried these type of cuisines is obviously here, and I really enjoy every single thing that I put in my body.
But then wait till you need to come to Middle East, and basically the Arabian.
I'm holding you by your words. I'm coming, and you'll need to lead me to some really good places.
Come man, obviously you have to, man.
Yeah.
So in terms of if you're comparing the Middle Eastern food, it's all right, according to me, because I've had it. I've had the Middle Eastern food and I've tried it, but it's not at par. It's not even close to it. But for those who are trying it for the first time, it's going to be really good.
Yeah.
But it's not as good as it's supposed to be.
I'm just thinking what I would be experiencing if I would be eating like
exactly,
true food from there originally.
But
like, foodgasms everywhere.
If I have to say this one story, so the initial few weeks when I was there and when I wanted to have something Middle Eastern, I'm like, okay, I'm going to a kebab place, and it looked like a shawarma to me, okay, and I'm like, okay, but they said it as kebab, so I thought, okay, probably they call it the shawarma's kebab over here, but for me, kebab is basically the skewered meat, right?
Yeah, we call it actually. I know what you're talking about. Like bits of meat,
exactly.
on the stick.
Yeah.
Basically, this is in Croatia called ražnjići, but yeah, we also have like kebabs. They don't look the same as they look here. So we have kebab, like really big piece of ground meat, put on a really thick, large metal stick, and basically people put it in the kebab places in some machines, which basically just heat up the meat and they rotate so it's accordingly cooked. And yeah, like
it's a similar concept.
Yeah.
But then the only difference is the meat. So we have chicken, lamb, and also beef. Some places beef, but mostly it's chicken and lamb. The texture of the meat is different. So when the concept is exactly the same. A big chunk of meat, it's been put in a stick and it revolves around the fire to basically be cooked. When I had that, I'm like, the texture of the meat is different. They add barbecue sauce on it, which is not something that you add in
traditional.
No, you don't add barbecue sauce. I mean, it tasted completely different.
I'm currently thinking maybe they're making it in that way so that it's more for the general public. Maybe I don't know.
Perhaps
maybe majority of people don't prefer this type of like preparation of the meat. Maybe they just prefer the regular one with the barbecue sauce. I don't know, maybe because they're used to that type of taste.
Exactly, but that's what they introduced it in that way, so now people have gotten used to that. And for those who don't know about this, I'm born and brought up in Bahrain, and my nationality is also Bahraini, of Bahrain, but my parents are Indian, so I kind of have this Indian cultural background mixed with the Bahraini upbringing. I don't know how do I put this across, but
he's almost like an international person, although living in only 2 countries. But I don't know.
3 countries now. I've lived in Australia also for a year now. So yeah.
Maybe he's spoiled. He always got used to eating like the best type of cuisines, like from the country of origins. So
I'm sure. If I have to travel to Croatia, the food.
I mean, in that Croatian restaurant, the food was really good, but obviously, like, it's better in Croatia. I believe that actually we can conclude that from whichever country you are, like the food from your country will obviously be better. Yeah.
Like for example, the Italians. If you ask any of the Italians how do you find the pizzas over here, they will always be like, it's alright. They would always say that it's alright, it's not the same as what we get in Italy.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
But still, I think that we will still agree that the food here is like
it is, yeah. I mean, in general, if you have to say, it's pretty good.
Okay, now I was thinking of asking you about some spicy stuff, and it's not food, it's about spicy senoritas. I feel horrible about saying this, but still, like, I wanted to ask you, like, what are your standards or ideals of beauty? What do you prefer in girls, and did your maybe standards change since you came here, because like you're surrounded with so many mixed races, and just what are your thoughts about it?
Okay, so if I have to recall, so the first time, okay, like on and on, so the first 3 months in Australia, every day I was falling in love. Every day.
I'm hearing this for the first time.
Literally every day there's this girl, I'm like, who's just on walking past the street, I'm like, wow, she's beautiful. And then the next day, oh my god, even she's beautiful. Oh my god, even she's beautiful.
Oh god.
Like everyone's, okay.
I'm learning something about you.
I have this big complex with the guys over here. Like not just the guys, but anyone in Australia, in Sydney specifically. They're so fit. I don't know if you've noticed this.
Yeah, guys here, they're caring about their bodies a lot. They exercise probably every other day. They care about the nutrition. Like they're really anal about that stuff, and that's why they look so good.
Did you say anal about it?
Yeah, anal. That's like a pretty common word you say when someone is really like.
Yeah, I know.
This sounds messed up.
I know it.
This is a common phrase. I know. Okay, you're ruining the whole thing. I made a really good point.
I'm sorry.
No, it just sounds messed up.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
As he said, like people are so fit around here. I mean, so the first time I'm like, okay, apart from the beauty, the other thing all of a sudden then I noticed was, crap, they're so fit. Like everyone's got at least a minimum of 4 packs to flaunt. Right? Everyone. And everyone's, so either they are, and they stick to the diets also, apparently.
Yeah.
Like they will not eat, they will eat properly during the weekdays. And during the weekends, they allow themselves to indulge in, you know, ice creams and pizzas and whatnot.
And they always prepare everything on time. They always cook. Yeah, they cook stuff. They put them in Tupperwares. They always care about like eating accordingly.
They're so
like,
well planned.
Yeah.
I mean, this is one thing that I learned from Sydney and the people who are here, that they are very well organized. All right. Oh no. Okay. Coming back to the spicy part of the question. So every day I was falling in love for a good 2-3 months, and then. Obviously, you know, as time, you know, went by and I got used to it.
Yeah.
So, but then everyone's fit, everyone's healthy, eating good food, everyone's very well groomed, right? Don't you agree?
Me. Alright, good.
Nah, you're all right.
We'll cut this out.
So normally I'm not used to, like, coming from the Middle East and stuff, you don't get to see on an occasional basis girls with, so I'm a person who's very much attracted to the eyes and the hair. Right. So if someone's eyes, and I'm very much attracted to big eyes, so it's very so. In
like
the
I have
big eyes.
I have big eyes.
Yeah, you do, but then you're not good. But I still love you, just love.
This will get the cut, or will it?
Or will it? Or will it?
Yes, this is so messed up. Okay, let's
Stop
just
making me laugh.
just finish it off.
So big eyes, long hair. So in the Middle East, you don't get to see girls with blue eyes and green eyes and all that shades of eyes, and it's very exotic to me when I see such eyes. And girls over here, they kind of have, they do have such eye color, the eye, and I'm like, wow, that looks good. I'm attracted.
Yeah, I was thinking like you probably also love the diversity of the races, because that's something that I wasn't exposed to that much in Croatia.
No.
And basically, oh no, there is something about
in terms
this
of
diversity that attracts me.
in terms of diversity, Bahrain is a diverse country itself.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It is pretty diverse. Like you have the Arabs, you've got the Southeast Asians, you've got the people from the Indian subcontinent, you've
Europeans,
you've
oh,
got
okay.
Americans, you've got Latin Americans, you've got Spaniards, you've got, I think, very few Japanese, but then Japanese are there as well. I don't think there are any Russians though.
That's a lot. But okay, then it's the same case as in Australia. Like what the hell?
Yeah, but then in my country, people are not that fit.
Oh, okay, I get it. So that sums up. Like
it's gonna be weird when I go back. It'll be so weird. People will be like eating food every now and then, and
but then you will feel much better. Then you will be feeling as if like you can get easy. I know whomever.
But then I don't have the motivation to work harder now.
Okay, I guess.
You get it, right? Then
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, everyone's eating, even I should eat more.
Mm.
Then become fat and potato culture. Die out of obesity.
Okay, that sums up nicely.
Yeah. From all of a sudden, from the spicy thing, it just went down to
Yeah,
negative.
down.
Nah.
No, from spicy to like really weird and just negative and
And then
that.
die. And
Yeah,
it died.
just
It
negative.
just, yeah.
So yeah, as the interview is closing right now, I was wondering of asking you like just really briefly like what are your thoughts of Croatia? Like when I say Croatia, like what pops to your mind?
So,
Whatever you
Not-
can say,
not just-
sentence, word, whatever.
so I've
Explain whatever.
I've heard of Croatia before.
Mm.
It's not that I've never heard of Croatia. The first thing that I've heard about Croatia is about its beaches. And the waters are pretty,
Yeah,
I wouldn't say clean, no, clear.
clear.
Okay,
Yeah,
clear.
yeah, clear.
I'm sure waters are clean there, but
Mm.
it's clear. And you've got a lot of beaches, and then you've got a lot of forestation or vegetation around there, if I'm not wrong, or
Yeah.
good places where you know the foresty places where you have.
Mm.
I've seen a few pictures here and there where there's this stream of water flowing down, and it's back to John. I don't know.
Yeah, in regards to vegetation, you have really a lot of diverse faunas and stuff like that. You even have like mountains. You have just plain fields. You have really nice forests. Like it's really diverse. Like you have everything. Like you can imagine. Like the scenery there is really beautiful, especially on the coast. Like that's
Exactly,
why
that's-
tourism is really booming there because like people really love how it looks like, and it really looks nice. And yeah, that's why people just go there to relax, to like soak in all the beauties that Croatia has to offer.
That was like a very good. I hope the Croatian government sees that, so
See,
that they could
continue.
put that thing in the tourism adverts.
I would be the best representative of bringing in tourists to Croatia.
Minister of Tourism.
Yes,
Mislav.
Mislav.
Okay, so yeah, that's what I heard about Croatia. Like in terms of food and culture, not much, but just more on the touristic side. That it's a very touristy place and it's got great views and good beaches and good,
Yeah.
what you just said.
Yeah.
That's what I've basically heard of
Okay.
Croatia so far. Apart from
Yeah.
that, and then the other thing that I heard, and this one comes from him, is that most of the Croatians are tall.
Yeah,
Tall
that's true.
people.
Not as tall as me. Like I'm almost like an abomination. I'm definitely an outlier. But they are much taller than people here because there are so many Asians here, and that's why like I'm always like popping out.
I've always wondered. I wanted to ask you this question. Like, does it annoy you to look at people like this and then talk to them every now and then?
It doesn't annoy me, but what's happening to me personally, like my posture is getting much worse because I'm constantly talking with people like this.
Your
It's
neck
like
is actually.
my neck is like bending over and like I'm like hunching my shoulders, and that's like really like ruining my posture. That's what I noticed. Like that's like the only negative consequence. But I don't mind like with people like this. I feel obviously much better. Like I'm above everyone. I don't care about that. But still, like it's not good for my health.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, true.
Mm.
But then, yeah, that's okay. Getting back to the point, that's what I've heard about Croatia.
Now that we were speaking about really nice stuff about Croatia, let's move on to the dirty stuff that I taught you about Croatia, specifically the Croatian language. Yeah. Can you recall any of the swear words that I taught you?
Starting off from the positives, then we'll go down to the negatives. So the one good word that he taught me is brate.
Brate.
Brate?
Like brother.
Okay, that's the only good word. And the other word...
That's actually something now when you think about it that Serbians say a lot.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. But who cares, okay. Yeah.
And the abusives, I mean, the one that I can think of is Yemem Timat.
Thank you for memorizing that. That's something that I taught
Yem
probably everyone,
Timat.
and I'm really proud that Yemem Timat.
Yemem Timat. Yeah.
That's nice.
I don't know if I go to Croatia once and if I really get pissed off and I don't know if like it comes just like that. Yemem Timat. And I don't know if people are going to back me up or not.
They might laugh, you might get punched in the face, who cares, but you need to see it. but
Is it for your own satisfaction to see me getting punched?
No, it's just a nice experience.
To getting punched?
Yeah, why not?
What the heck?
It's a story that you can always tell to your family when you get older. Like, oh, there was a time when I
said
just said,
and the Croatians just punched me. Like
why not? Yeah. Nice thing to talk about.
Yeah, that'll be like a good memory. Croatia. Ah, I remember Croatia. I got punched over there once.
This interview went downhill for the past 2 minutes. But don't you also remember like Odjebi? Oh,
I
no,
think you taught us to Sugama, I guess.
I think yeah, Sugamin can probably.
Yeah. What does it mean?
Fuck off.
What do you call that?
Odjebi.
Odiabi. Odiabi.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
This is actually a perfect way to end the interview. Odjebi.
Odiabi.
Yes, nice. I was really happy having you here, and yeah, this would be all. Yeah, I love you as well. So yeah, this would be all, and see you until the next video interview. We'll see what happens. Thank you very much for joining in, and yeah, that will be all.
Bye bye. I hope you enjoyed. To all my fans out there.